Going on, guys? Johnny Mac here. Thanks for tuning into the channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you are not new here and you're a returning subscriber, or you're just returning to the channel again because you've watched my previous content, welcome back. As always, if you like this content and you find it helpful, please hit that like button and consider subscribing. Hopefully I earn it today. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get on into the reason of this video. If you didn't know, Midwinter just dropped their new patch on Scavengers, and we're going to go over just a little visual of what they brought because there's a few cosmetics in here as well as some skins. So let's go ahead and get on into it. Alright everybody, so first things first, whenever you patch the game, you're going to be brought into basically a brand new fresh start to the game, just as you did previously. It's going to try to take you through the tutorial. You can go ahead and you can actually hit escape and escape all that, yada yada yada. So let's dig into what we have right up front. So the first thing you're going to see is that research is grayed out. Obviously, you're going to have to play the game a little bit in order to find the things that you want. If you look down here to the bottom right-hand side, however, they, in their patch notes, discussed that they accepted the feedback from the community and they've made some great changes to the quote-unquote buddy system. So pretty nifty little thing here. You can actually hit the plus, and any recent friends that you have, you can go ahead and you can add them directly that way. Now, also the most critical thing that they've added is this little gem here, recent. This was a feature that was desperately needed. You know, say for instance you're partying it up and you have a absolutely great game and you mesh well with your buddies, or not your buddies, but the people that you were actually playing with in that match, and you want to play with them again. Well, in the heat of everything, unless you actually wrote down their full like mile-long name descriptor, you couldn't add them very easily. So now, whenever you have a match and you want to play with those people again, and you didn't get their screen name or their user ID, all you have to do is click the recent tab, find them over here after you play, which I haven't played anything yet because, well, I've been busy all day and the patch just dropped. Then you can go ahead here, and then obviously you've got your invites tab, same place as usual. Now, the other thing they have added is further cosmetics. You have your emblems, which the reward for, here it is, the reward for getting to level 50 is the Front Runner 3, which is that one. This one, I think pretty much everybody got it, and then I think you had to be 25 plus to get the Front Runner 2. I was 50 plus, so I got Front Runner 3. Now, then you got your banners, which there's actually a whole slew of banners on down in through here. Let's go ahead and scroll all the way down to the bottom. They got some pretty nifty ones. Yeah, got some pink. That's nice. Looks like they were definitely appealing to the more unisex, which is pretty awesome. And by the way, this is a first-time reaction from me. I don't know if you actually figured that out or not. I only quickly perused through here before I started filming. I got the Front Runner 3 banner, which I actually love. Now, if you will notice, this is so very reminiscent of the Atari days. I was pretty much born with an Atari controller on my hand. I know it's kind of maybe weird to say. We're not even going to get into that, but it goes to show my age. I'm 37, so, you know, I remember Atari very well. Good old Pac-Man days, you name it. Joust is probably my favorite, but anyway. So, absolutely love the retro look on this Front Runner 3. Midwinter, you got it going on. Good choice. So then, you also had your titles, which your titles will display down here. So, I was Front Runner. Got that going on right there. Doesn't that look amazing? So, whenever we exit back, they display behind. So obviously, whenever you have a party going on or you're actually joining a random party, banners will appear behind your characters. Now, probably the big thing that everybody's wanting to say, oh, I want to see the shop, I want to see the shop. All right, so let's go ahead and dig into the shop. Right here, this is unfortunately the only cosmetic item they have. Obviously, I'm going to purchase it. I'm a Halden main, so without even batting an eyelash, I'm pretty much going to buy every cosmetic that they throw out there. Just saying. That's obviously for his strike rifle. Now, I have not done anything with unlocking any explorers yet, because quite frankly, I don't really play a whole bunch of explorers. I play Kali, I play Jay, don't really play Tarek very much, but he's already unlocked, obviously. But as far as the two primary explorers that I play that I need to unlock is Jay and Kali. I'm not doing that right now. So let's go back to explorers, and let's go to our loadout. Strike rifle. Okay, so obviously the customization skin is already on there, maybe? Oh yes, I almost forgot. You get the Explorer Classic Backpack, which is nice, and the Pilgrim. The Pilgrim was the little special thank you that you got. Don't have any of these unlocked yet. So let's go to the wild card weapons. Unlock with research. Can't do anything that right now. All the throwables. Yeah, everything is locked right now, including all the talents. So there's really not a whole lot you can do until you unlock research. Emotes. Got the classic wave. Curtain call. Unfortunately, they don't have any previews for any of these, which hopefully they change that in a future patch. It would be nice to actually see what some of these actually do, including the, the executions. I've been really curious. I imagine it's probably just, like a little knee to the face, probably nothing super, super dramatic, but it would definitely be nice to see something a bit more aggressive. Maybe a tooth flying out or something. Probably not. But anyway, so from what I understand, as I said before, I'm going to actually leave a link to the description, or sorry, a link in the description below to the patch notes, which is going to go over everything that they've done in this patch. They've made numerous changes as far as buffing items that need to be buffed. I do believe I read in there that they buffed a few of the signature weapons, and it also looks like they maybe added some new signature weapons. I'm not really sure about that. I have to go over those notes again. But they brought them more in line with where they're supposed to be. And unfortunately for those War Song fans, I hate to give you the bad news, but it has been nerfed. Truth be told, it probably deserved to be nerfed, because in most situations, the War Song was pretty OP. And in my opinion, depending on the situation, it was better than Halden's A-Spec strike rifle, which was the blue variant. So, with that being said, there's really no reason why a wild card weapon should be stronger than a signature weapon. That's just my own opinion. But I think overall that the patch has put the game in a really, really good spot. And I think once people start getting used to how things play, because they've also changed the dynamics of how some of these things work too. So I think that they're definitely onto something, and I definitely assume that we're going to start seeing some more cosmetics rolling out fairly quickly, especially once people start pouring in. The thing that I am disappointed about, though, is that there's no battle pass. I was really hoping that we would see a battle pass come, but it is what it is. There's not much you can do about that, but I think that they would be very keen to capitalize on a battle pass, but that's just me. So once you play through that first initial tutorial match, then your research tier 1 unlocks. As you can see, I've already gone ahead and started researching the thermal boost, absolute necessity. And let's go ahead and break down some more of my salvage that I got as a reward. I was actually awarded with, I think, 5 or 6 different pieces of salvage, so you actually get a pretty good start on your materials to get your research tiers unlocked. So, as always, just go in and start researching your wild cards that you need to. Now, the first thing that I want to make very plain is one of the big changes they made were they changed the rarity of some items, but they got rid of power. No more power. Thank God. It was a very unnecessary time gating thing. I understand why they did it to begin with. They kind of did it to help smooth out the progression, but it ended up being very negatively reviewed, including myself. I absolutely hated it. And as a matter of fact, it was one thing that actually turned a lot of people off to the game. So I'm hoping that with power being gone, that a lot of players will actually come back and give the game a chance. I think it was a very, very smart move on their part. So let's go ahead and get back to this screen so we can take a further look. Now, as I had mentioned before, I thought they had added some new weapons. They kind of did. The Opus, which is an epic revolver. That's pretty nice. They changed Snowpiercer over to the blue variant, which is pretty awesome. I definitely like that little change. Hopefully I'll get tier 2 unlocked relatively soon. I doubt I'll get to it today because I have to work early tomorrow. Don't have enough time to play today. But let's see what else we got. Throwables, same as before. So, War Song, obviously, like I said before, fortunately, War Song was nerfed. Not a lot of people are going to like that, but hey, I mean, it is what it is. I personally think that was needed, but, you know, my opinion is my opinion. Probably a lot of people aren't going to like it, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and finish this up. So there is all of that, guys. Now, they apparently also, from what I understand, they lowered the requirements of talents, which, yeah, it actually does, in fact, look like they may have reduced the amount, but I won't know until I actually get into research tier 2. So hopefully I'll have more to report on that later. But as of right now, don't have anything to report until I get more things researched, which means I have to get more matches played. So that's all I got for you right now, guys. So hopefully things will pan out for the best with this game. I think that this patch was very duly needed. A lot of good things in there. In my little tutorial match, the hitching was significantly less. Significantly less. Thank God. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because that hitching was absolutely annoying. Absolutely. Just that alone was definitely enough to put this game in a very good spot, in my opinion, just from that. Just that alone. Because I know that was a huge complaint amongst the community, is that the hitching was so terrible that for some, it was so bad, in fact, that the game was relatively unplayable. So, there's been a lot of other little animations and stuff that have been changed. They changed the sliding mechanic. Now, whenever you slide and you jump, you no longer do the little corkscrew thing. You actually do this, like, almost looks like a gorilla fall or something. But when you land, you actually land standing up, unless you hit the crouch button midair, and then you'll continue into your slide. So that's kind of cool. I definitely like that mechanic. But there is just so many changes in this patch, guys. Once again, I can't cover it all in this video because we'll be into a 30-minute long video, and I know that you guys don't want to see that. So I will leave a link to that in the description below. And as always, guys, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Have a lot more content coming for Scavengers. You can consider this as almost like a one-stop shop. I will try my best to stay up to date on everything that's Scavengers. And if you're a current subscriber, as always, thanks for watching.